Okay, so it's Shane here from Shane K Golf at Burnham Golf Range in Somerset, and we're just going to talk about how you can fix that slice. So if you've been pulling shots straight left or slicing the ball right of target, or even it's starting the ball left and it's drifting back to target just with not quite the force you want it to, then this video will be perfect for you. Okay, so why do you slice the ball or pull shots? Now, assuming you've got a neutral grip, so a neutral grip is kind of 2 to 3 knuckles on your left hand, thumb just slightly down the right hand side of the grip with your right hand on top. So we won't go into that in too much detail, but assuming you've got a good grip, then it's generally your club face which is causing all of these shots. So if you, from the top of the swing, got a slightly open club face, and that's the toe of the club pointing down to the floor, you will then have to swing left to get the ball drifting back on target, unless you do a lot of work with your hands, rotating the club to impact. You're going to need to do a lot of work with that club face. Okay, so why are you hitting these shots? So why are you hitting these pull shots, and why are you hitting these slices or fades onto target? Now, it's often caused from an open club face. So an open club face is toe of the club down to the floor, which then generally makes you swing across the line, because if we've got an open club face and we swing down on a normal path, a normal plane to the ball, club face is going to point to the right and you're going to hit everything way right. So what a lot of golfers do instead is that open club face, slightly cupped left wrist, they'll then swing left, start the ball left of target, and then the ball will drift back onto target, unless they then swing left, square that face up, and the ball goes straight left. So we're going to talk about how you can correct this. So with golfers that slice the ball, like I said before, I like to start with the club face. Okay, now if we were to correct your path first, everything will go right. Okay, so we want to correct this club face first. Yes, it will make shots go a little bit left to start with, but then we can change the path after, and you'll find it easier to change your path. So what we want you to do is, on your backswing, we want you to try and keep this club face square or even slightly closed. So that's keeping the club face pointing to the ball much longer, back to parallel. So at parallel, you want the face angle, the same angle as your spine. It should feel like your right hand is on top of the grip, directly on top of the grip, almost sort of pushing down to the floor, and your left wrist is nice and flat. From here, then just turn to the top, and at the top of the swing, your left wrist should be nice and flat, or even bowed slightly, with club face either the same angle as your left forearm, or slightly pointing up to the sky. Now that will be a square or slightly closed club position. So this is open, toe to the floor, slightly cupped left wrist. That's going to make you do this. This is square or slightly closed, so slight bow in the left wrist, right hand supporting the club at the top, with the club face pointing slightly to the sky. Now from there, you're going to find it much easier to drop the club down where you want it. Now there's a few good drills you can do here, very similar to the ball striking drill we did actually. So taking the club face back to here, keep it pointing at the ball. And just do a few of these, back, right hand on top of the club, and just get used to taking it back and then hitting shots with this same club face. And what you're looking for is shots that are actually going to go, if you keep the same path, you're going to go low left. If you correct your path, they're going to start a little right and then drift back onto target. So take it to the top. And then on the downswing, you're looking for the same thing. So halfway down, club face pointing at the ball, driving into the ball. Now, what you're probably going to do, because you're so used to swinging left, is you'll take it back. Then if you do correct this club face, you might end up in this sort of position. So then if you carry on swinging from there, you're going to hit it left. That doesn't matter at the minute. Just hit shots, and they'll go left, as long as you're squaring up that club face, because the next drill will then help. So the next drill we'll go on to is then correcting the direction of your swing. So hopefully you've got used to turning that club face towards the floor, turning it towards the ball in the downswing. So you're in this sort of position at impact. Well, it will be slightly over, so you'll be more this position at impact. We then want the club coming in from behind you. So you want to feel like the club is then dropping kind of underneath your right knee into the ball. So it'll feel like you're going to hit shots way out to the right. So let's hit one there. So we take it to the top. I want you really to drop it kind of underneath that right knee and then hit into the ball. So then we've got a shot that's started out to the right, and because it's wind off the right, it's then drifted back. And then just have a play. So I want you to hit a few, really knocking them out to the right. So you take it up to the top, swing from the inside, really squaring that club face, hitting out to the right. So that's one straight out to the right. I then want you to hit one left. So take it to the top and feel like you swing left. Then final one, take it to the top, really focusing on this, squaring up this club face, okay? And then feel like you hit to target. So there's two drills you can do there to really help with this over the top move. One, the first one is the club face, okay? So a square here, same angle as spine. Feeling that cupped bowed left wrist at the top. Bringing it down, club face, same angle as spine, hitting into the ball. Drill number two was the path. Really feel like this, again, this club face turning to the floor, but staying behind you here. So really feeling like that club face is way behind you as you hit into that shot. So if you can put that into practice, get down to your local range, really work that strike out to the right, really work that feeling, that club face, that should get rid of your slice. Okay, so if you can let me know how you get on in the comments section, that'd be great. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and good luck with your practice.